Hi everybody, this is DJ Boom, as usual. Right now I want to let you know some of the life conditions here in Kenya. In Kenya, it's really good. There's a lot of opportunities to make some money, to do business. There's a lot of good people out here. People also you got to watch out for too, but for the most part, I'm welcomed here and it's good. Now, right now I'm just going to show you a part of what my day is down here in Kenya. Give you a little history. I came down to Kenya a couple times. I liked the place. I decided to come down here and try and invest and move and live. One of the things that I have going on right now that we're going to discuss and talk about today is actually poultry farming. Poultry farming is an industry here in Kenya that's very profitable. You can make a lot of good money off of it. There's a lot of people doing it. And the main thing is that people need food. They got to eat. So, all right, come on. Got to be careful with cats because cats eat birds. I always thought it was just a cartoon drama between Tom and Jerry, always chasing the bird, but no. They killed one of my chickens already. I don't like this cat. This here is what we feed the birds. This is actually a mixture of mash. It's called mash, and a big part of it is actually maize, corn, and a mixture of other things that are inside of it. But this is what we actually get here, and this is what we use to feed the birds. The way how I do it, very important that you measure the amount of food that you give these birds. You don't want to overfeed them. But one thing about these birds, as long as there's food, they're going to eat. They will not stop. They'll eat all day for days. So, this here is 1 liter of maize mash. What I do is I pour that inside of here. It's very important that you know and calculate how much feeding you need to feed these birds. If it's something that you're just going to do for a hobby or birds of your own that you're planning for your own consumption or something to eat, doesn't matter. You can feed them as much as you want. But these birds here are actually going for sale. So we need to make sure that we minimize loss. You want to give them just enough to grow as fast as possible, but at the same time, you do not want to underfeed them. So you measure. Very simple to do. You let me what the fuck? That's how we take care of feed the birds. We separate the larger birds from the smaller ones for reasons is no. The smaller ones will get injured by the bigger birds because the bigger birds will peck them, as what happened already. Over here is the smaller birds. These birds here that we have are called Kenya G chicken. This is the best chicken that Kenya has to offer, so they're called Kenya G. There's different types of birds, but these are the ones here that people pay the most for. So depending on what you want to do, determines on what type of bird you want. You have some people that like birds that they can grow really fast, which are considered broilers. Broilers are birds that grow really, really fast in a real short amount of time for big profitability. These birds here take a little longer to raise. They take a little longer to raise, but the profitability that you can sell them for is much higher. With that being said, these birds here that we have, some of them are about 6 weeks, 6 to 7 weeks. Others are about 4 months, the bigger ones. Generally in about 4 to 5 months. 4 months is when they're able to be sold for meat. 5 months is when it's around the time that they start laying eggs. Once we start getting into the egg production, then it becomes profitable, because at that point now, you're only selling eggs without the birds. You're making money off of the eggs. And then when it's time for you to sell the birds, you already made your money off of the eggs. Now the birds are just an extra profit. Most of these chickens that I have inside there are actually male, the roosters, the cock. We have quite a few of them in there. Now, the smaller ones that I have are females. It's gonna take me at least another 3.5 months or so before those are fully aged and ready to be sold or deal with egg production. We're looking to get more. And this coop here, as you can see, it is a fairly good sized coop. Could raise about maybe 150 or a little bit more worth of chickens. The design of this coop here is pretty good. As you see, we have down here below where we have chickens, and on the other side we have the smaller chickens. Over here now, up top, we have where we could put more chickens. So the ideal situation for us to have is the layers up here. So they can lay the eggs inside these boxes. You can come out in the morning and take the eggs out of these boxes here. So basically this is like a double tier chicken coop, because we have below and we have up top on both sides. Also, same situation here above these chickens. We don't have a box to lay them over there, but it doesn't really matter. The main thing is that we take care of the chickens and take care of these birds. These birds here now are pretty much right at the size where you want to sell them at. They're really good. Save for these birds here. These birds here, you're able to buy them, say for maybe like when they're really small, like these smaller chickens, I got for 350 Kenya shillings. These particular chickens here were older, so I paid 550 for each chicken, which is a little bit tough at the size that I had them at, because they were like about 3 months, or a little over 3 months old. So that means that they're closer to be sold than those. Now, we might buy them for about 550 shillings, but at the same time, we're selling them for 2,000 shillings. 1,800, 15 the lowest, but it can go for as up to 2,500 shillings per chicken. So that's could be equal more than 4 times your profit, 4 times your money. Also, you have to take into consideration that you have to put litter on the ground, which is wood shavings, so that they're not on the cold concrete or on the cold dirt. They don't like the dirt like that. Also, you're gonna have to buy feed, you have to buy medication. When we got these chickens, they were transported from across the street. It wasn't a long transport, but still it was a short enough time for them to be stressed. So to make sure that they stay healthy and so forth, we had to put some vitamin inside their waters. So as they drink the water, they're getting their vitamins, they're healthy, they stay strong. One of the big and major things that you have to be concerned about when you're raising chickens is diseases. You can get diseases very easily. So when you come into the chicken coop, you're supposed to change your shoes. You're not supposed to walk in dirt outside on the road and bring it inside the chicken coop, because if the chickens catch a disease, it can spread and wipe out your whole chicken farm. It can get inside the water, and that'll damage it. Now, there's a couple of things to note here. Notice that we have the food bins that we serve the food to the chickens with. We don't keep them on the floor. We have them hanging. Why? Because you don't want the birds to poop inside their own food, eat it, and then that'll be a situation for disease. Same situation plays out with the water bottles. We make sure that the water is clean every day. We give them food twice a day, and we give them water twice a day. Now, when we change them water, every day we have to wash the containers with a small amount of soap, just to make sure that we keep them disease-free. And inside the water, we've been putting in the vitamins. The vitamins go for 1 teaspoon for 5 liters of water. And with that in mind, it's for the stress, but after 5 days, you shouldn't have to really give them the vitamins. That's just to make sure that they can adjust properly into the conditions that you're putting them into. And it builds their immune system, keep them strong, so that if there is something that's a little out of order with the new condition, they'll be able to handle it just fine. These are Kenya G chickens. As you saw, this is the first part of this video here right now that I'm discussing with you guys. I'm really excited to have the chickens here. It's a big step forward, and as you see, these chickens are healthy, they're strong, and they're doing well. If the chickens do manage to get injured, there is some material and ointment and creams that you can put on them, which we have handy on hand just in case, because of the last chicken that got injured, we need to purchase that. So the chickens here are actually pretty good. With that being said, I'm gonna close this right now, but I'll get back to you with some more future updates about these chickens, and I'm gonna let you know other industries and businesses that you can thrive on here in Kenya on your own for a small startup fee. If anything, like I said, Kenya is a big place for investing. You see Asians down here, you see Europeans down here, you see Americans, you see people from all around the world investing in Kenya. And I encourage everybody to do the same. I'm here doing my part, trying to help out in the motherland. So right now, this is DJ Boom saying thank you. Tune into next time. Subscribe and like.